I am back from my vacation to the Jersey Shore, and I had a couple of sales. One is this item right here. This sold on eBay, and behind me, I'll show you in a second, is the items that sold on Etsy. This is a vintage Tupperware mix and store measuring cup. They do come with lids. Mine does not have the lid. I paid $2 for it, and I sold it for $12 plus shipping. Here are the items that I sold on Etsy. It is these amber diamond point votive tea light holders, definitely vintage. I had a whole bunch of these. If you guys have been following along, there's only one left, and it's the green one. It's just a single one by itself. I had these on Etsy, running my 20% off sales that I always run. My daughter got these at the bins, so she paid $1.95 for these, 4 together, and I sold them for $26.40 plus shipping. I separated out my hauls from when I was thrifting with Sherry up in Exton, Pennsylvania. This is from Style Encore. Mostly what I got to flip online are the shoes and sandals. These items over here I bought for myself. You already saw this dress. I wanted to show you the bling on it because it really didn't show up in that picture that was in the end of that video where we were thrifting together. And then I got this bright colors and designs. All these bright colors always speak to me. I like to buy it to flip online, but these are actually for me. Underneath the clothing racks were these bins just filled with shoes, sometimes handbags, and anything that had a clearance tag on it like that, the bright yellow clearance tag, was 90% off. So for these, they only wanted $10 for these. They're size 7, which is a good size. And $10 is actually a good price for them, you know, at Style Encore. But with the clearance, I got them for $1. When I looked these up before I bought them, a pair of these, the exact ones, sold for $59. Actually a little over $59, almost $60 plus shipping. These are Vincenza, said it wrong. Vincenza. These are Anthropologie brand, also Free People. It's kind of like Anthropologie, Free People, Vincenza. So I'm going to be listing these up, but we're in September now. I may not get the price I want, or they may sit for a while in my eBay and Poshmark closet, but that's okay. I'm buying all these things at the end of season, which is why you get the deals. This next pair is Zara, size 41. I'll have to look that up and see what that converts to. Oh, they put size 11 on there, so maybe they did it for me. $9 clearance. I paid 90 cents. I should get anywhere between $18 and $22 for these, and I just love that butter yellow color on them. Now these were not on clearance. I just happened to be standing in an aisle. I think I was chit-chatting with Sherry, and I'm like, oh, look at those. I've never seen Nikes that look like these. They're like slip-on, they're padded, they have this cool design on them. It says ACG on it, and they wanted $16 for it. Size 8.5. I thought that was a good size. They're in really good condition. They are used. These sell for around $35, $37, and that's what I would expect to get for these. Not as much profit, but you still get a good dollar amount in terms of return. And then these are just some Clark's slip-on sandals. I paid, well, it says $23 there, but I got them on clearance. So they are $2.30, and I would expect to get somewhere in that $15 to $18 range for them. My total spend for the shoes that I'm going to flip online was $20.30. So I think I'm going to make out pretty good with these. We headed into the Goodwill right after we were done at Style Encore, which is also in Exton, Pennsylvania. It's right up the road. We went right to the handbags, and we were having a lot of fun looking through them. And I think Sherry found these, and then I might have found this, and she's like, oh, that's a Fossil bag. It says Fossil on this side. It's a leather handbag, which that's why I picked it up. I did pay up for it. I think it was blue tags were half price. So this one I only paid $4 for, but this one is not in the best of condition. It is also leather, but it's vintage. It's from the 80s. So let's talk about this one first. This is an Elliot Luca. It says made in Indonesia there. It needs to be cleaned out. It's very dirty on the inside. It was well loved and well used, but it's still in really good condition. And I think just a little bit of leather conditioner on this leather will help brighten it up a little bit. And I also think I can get somewhere in that $25 to $35 range for it because it's a bucket style. The smaller ones of this same brand from the 80s, like the little tiny handbags, they go for like $10 or $15. Being that this is leather also, a lot of times I just sell them as is, but I might do a little bit of leather conditioner on this one too, just to brighten it up a bit. It's in really good condition. Has this outside pocket, another one there. Nice big inside. It's not quite a bucket. It's kind of like a bucket. So it's almost like a satchel. It's a crossbody. It has this key on it, which is part of the logo of Fossil. So I paid $10 for it, and I think I can also get in that $25 to $35 range for it. I'll be putting both of these handbags in eBay and Poshmark, but this one, being that it's from the 80s, is going to also be cross-posted into my Etsy shop. While I was looking on the shelf and filming a little clip for you guys, it was in the last video, Sherry saw a new cart come out and she goes, I'll go follow it. So she followed it to see what it was that they were putting out, and it was these dishes right here. Now there was a much bigger set of these, but I did look and picked out the best that I could because some of them did have chips on it. I could have gotten a lot more of these dinner plates if they weren't chipped up, so I picked the ones that weren't chipped. And then I thought these were so unusual. The square, you almost never see square plates like this, especially in an older set. These are Johnson Brothers. These are the more modern ones, but these are actually still vintage, even though it says dishwasher, freezer, and microwave safe. It says made in England there. These were made in the 1980s, actually 1988 to be exact. It's called the Summer Chintz pattern, and it has this swirl on the edge along with the pink on the edge. And you notice lately I've been picking up a lot of pink items. I got all the Franciscan Desert Rose, I got the pink flatware, I have other pink salad plates, and I don't know, I guess I'm attracted to the more feminine colors. But anyways, back to these. So it says $3.99, $2.99. I don't know if that, yeah, $2.99, $2.99 for that, $4.99, and the dinner plates were also $4.99. And when we were looking it up, I don't know, I think we thought it was going for less than when I looked it up once I got home, but I still picked them up. I was thinking, you know, if it's 5 into 25, that's still a good flip, but it turns out these go for a lot more. Let's talk about the dinner plate first. I was looking up sold comps and I saw that a set of 8, I have 5 here, but a set of 8 sold on September 14th. And today is September 19th. So only a few days ago. And you would think that's such a summer pattern, but people live all over the country and they live in, you know, the southern states. It's more sunny all year long. Here in Michigan, it's already starting to turn to fall and it's going to get cold soon. But anyways, they sold that set of 8 for $89.99 plus shipping. So for my 5, I'm looking to list mine up in that $55 to $65 range. So these square plates back here, they come in a larger size and this size. This is more or less like a salad plate or dessert plate size. And I only have 4 of them. I keep saying only because there was I think that was the only square plates they had, or I would have picked up all of them if they were in good condition. And these also, I'm going to expect to get somewhere in that $35 to $45 range. If you're looking at the bowls, they're not exactly round. They are also square. And I have a set of 6 of them. So they are, you know, soup bowls, cereal bowls. And I would expect to get somewhere in that $25 to $30 range for the set of 6. I almost missed this. I just happened to go down another aisle that I'd already been in and I saw it. I was like, wow, that is my neighbor's dog. Anyways, I paid $6.99. This is an Indiana Cubis Whitehall lidded candy dish. They come in this beautiful cobalt blue, which is always my favorite color to pick up. They also come in green, and I would expect to get somewhere between $20 and $25 for it. That is the end of my haul for both the Goodwill and Style Encore. Did you guys have any favorites? I sold this item on eBay. Let me bring it down here so we can take a look at it. Oh, you can see my reflection in there. It is, let's put it there so it's even. So this is one of those steamer pots. It's a tall one that fits on a burner like on your stove. And I thought it was really cool looking. And it looked brand new. It looked like nobody used it. Now, they do have names on them that are like imprinted, but mine wasn't, and it wasn't imprinted on the bottom either. If you get the one with a name on it, it might be worth more. I sent out an offer on this one and they accepted it. I paid $2.50 for it and I sold it for $18.99 plus shipping. When I went on eBay to ship it, it said I had put it in as a 1-ounce item that was going to fit in a 1 by 1 by 1 inch box. I had a complete panic attack until I realized that eBay was having glitches. Later that day, I was able to print out the proper shipping label. I am still trying to meet my listing goal of 600 items, so I listed up those Spode bread plates and this Indiana glass carnival dish. And this turned out to be a surprise. It is actually Bombay & Company. It's a little trinket box that holds a tea light, but is actually enameled brass. Initially, I was going to list it up for $15, but it turns out they go for $20 to $25. I listed up the sandals that I also got recently. And this is an item that's been in my death pile for a minute, so I decided to get it listed. It's a vintage compass from Sweden. Earlier in the video, I showed you these vintage votives that had sold on Etsy. I shipped them out, and one of them was broken during the shipping, and the buyer got a hold of me. And so I just wanted to put it out there that sometimes that happens. So 1 out of the 4 was broken, so I immediately refunded her for the cost of that one plus the shipping, and so that she was reimbursed for that. She said she was actually really happy to have the 3. She might have only wanted 3, but she bought all 4. I would have gladly broken up the set, but she bought all 4, and then unfortunately one got broken. My husband had ordered something that came in giant cardboard boxes that I can't use for shipping, so we made cardboard logs out of them, and then we burnt them up in our chimney. In my previous video, I had mentioned I had a Vera Bradley eyeglass case that I was going to list along with that Yalea one, so I got them both up and cross-posted. Of course, I had to list my Halloween mug right away. And then back to Christmas items or winter items. And I had fun playing with the AI. Look at the picture it created. This is the new AI function in eBay. You can pick so many different backgrounds. I listed up this mug, and then of course I also chose a background for this one with the AI. Ironically, I could have taken that picture in the yard myself. I got those Kentucky Derby glasses listed up. I learned a little bit about this trinket box. It was made by Toyo, and the designer is Raymond Waits. I got this terra firma bowl listed up, and then I was going to stop. But then I thought, no, just keep going. So I got these Alibi glasses up. This is the last of those steamboat glasses, and this shot glass here. It's really late on a Saturday night. I sold these earlier in the day, and I thought, oh, I can package them up on Sunday and send them out. But I wanted to put them in this video. My videos that normally come out on Sundays at 9 o'clock in the morning. I thought, well, I can't include these if I don't film them, so I'm filming these just for you guys. Ah, that's better. You can see them in the light now. These are Earth Spirit sandals. I got these at the Salvation Army right before I went to Atlantic City. That's where we went on vacation. And when we got back from vacation, I didn't get right back to listing, and boy, does that hurt. If you don't get back to a listing right away, you just don't make sales. So I started listing, and I listed these up a couple of days ago, and they sold today, which is Saturday. You guys are going to be seeing this video on Sunday. I paid $4.99 for these, and I sold them on eBay. Someone sent me an offer for $15 plus shipping, and I accepted it.